Yo, 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 yo. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy E or you, aka the Harlem Legend, man. If you're new to the channel, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you set your bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video or going live. This one right here is crazy, y'all. I gotta get right into it. It's wow. These dudes is wow, man. Why do you ever think talking on the internet you won't get caught? Yeah. Why do you think talking on the internet you won't get caught? Let's get right into it, man. Let's talk about this Rolling 60s Operation Drawdown. You heard? Eugene Henley Jr., Big U, at the helm of this whole indictment. But I got to keep it 10,000 because it was, man, loose cannon is one of the worst. I got to be real. I've never seen this before. I've never heard of this. I've never experienced this type of dumbness. You heard? I gotta be real. Like he has to be one of the worst. You heard co-defendants that Big U could rely on at the moment, because this is wow what's going on in this Rolling 60s whole situation, and most of it has to do with talking online. Yeah, I gotta be real. Y'all didn't DP him yet. Yeah, y'all didn't DP Loose Cannon yet, because he's all over the internet spilling the beans. And part of this indictment is like they just clouting up. Like, yeah, part of this indictment is definitely breaking down some of the athletes. You heard that's involved in all of this. You heard that these dudes were essentially protecting, quote unquote. You heard? Yeah, the dudes that they were getting that money from. So first of all, let's start here, because this dude resembles Pop Smoke. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. You heard? Dusty Locane. Yeah, he breaks it all the way down. Look, man, Brooklyn's very own Dusty Locane now. He's claiming Rolling 60s. I'm not saying they put pressure on him, but he had to check in. You heard? What do you think they were doing to these NBA players? Josh Smith. Yeah, let's break it down. You heard? Let's get into it. James Harden? Come on, y'all. DeMar DeRozan? Yeah, he basically telling the internet everything. Draymond Green? I mean, this is nasty work all the way around the board, y'all. Let me show y'all this, man. This dude is one of the worst co-defendants you can ever want to have or having your team. Yeah, he's straight up telling. Pay attention.
Everybody comes and they check in and they do certain things. What's the dude from New York?
There's a few.
Yeah, no, but he was from Rolling 60s, and he came in and I brought him to the hood, and he was good. So it's Dusty Locane.
Okay.
So when they check in and they go to the real hoods, and we see what kind of individual they are, they're not faking it and stuff, then they get a pass now. They don't have to do so much. They can move around the city and not gonna get touched, because now they know we treat them like a homie, like they was born and raised in it. So if y'all planning on doing something to them, we're gonna do something to y'all. So it's like we got like Josh Smith, you got like Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Draymond Green, a lot of people that's James Harden. You got a lot of people that's tapped in the industry that be good. Do you get what I'm saying?
This is wow. He's essentially telling on the gang, the extortion tactics. Oh man, did he get DP'd yet? I've never seen anything like this, y'all. Because the feds are not playing, ladies and gentlemen. They are running down on everything. You know what caught my ear? Because I got to be real. You know what caught me? Is when he said he ran down on Meek Mill and he had to call Ross to send that $50K. I'm just being real. See, we always thought these dudes was clout chasing. We always thought they was just online running their mouth. A lot of this stuff is coming to be true, what Loose Cannon was saying. I'm going to be real. I think he essentially talked too much on the internet. Look what he said about Meek Mill, Philly's very own demon. Northside, stand up. Hold on.
When I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah. No, yeah, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
boy, this shit getting crazy.
Drop off the 50,000 and we're going to let Meek live on Crip. So Ross dropped off the 50,000. And so me and the homies, we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up and shit like that. And we were like, what you doing? Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, oh, nephew, where you at? And I'm like, nigga, where my money at? And he was like, oh, I needed it for bill.
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I believe him. Yeah, everything else he was saying became true. Man, the reality of it is, man, the Rolling 60s was putting pressure on anybody that went to LA. We don't care if you from New York. We don't care where you from. If you come in a party in LA, you had to pay a tab. Yeah. And if you didn't pay the tab, if you didn't check in, you heard? They was basically backdooring you. You heard? They was making you pay dues. Making it look like a robbery, getting your stuff back for you. And now you know what it is whenever you hit LA. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Big U was a nasty individual. Yeah, from the reports that's out, he was a nasty individual. Do you think them people, the feds, don't want these athletes to move around in LA? You heard? You think that they don't want them to come there and spend their money in LA? This is hindering. You heard? I ain't gonna hold you. Big U was hindering. He was hindering these guys from making their rounds to these other cities. And you can hinder Meek Mill, Rick Ross. They all have a following, a huge following. And they were hindered. You heard? And that's what it's going to say in his paperwork. I believe Loose Cannon. Yeah, I believe what he did to Meek Mill. Yeah, the Rolling 60s ain't playing no games. They not out here just, you know what I mean? I just got to be real. They not playing games. This is a real action game, especially when you approach LA territory. But I must say, Loose Cannon and Brick Baby are two of the worst co-defendants he could have ever asked for, because I can guarantee you this: he will be put under the jail, and these dudes ain't gonna care one bit. You know why? Because they gonna be the star witnesses when this is all said and done. Yeah, I'm gonna say that again. Brick Baby and Loose Cannon are going to be the star witnesses when it comes to the Big U Rolling 60s indictment. But hey, who am I? Yo, it's your boy E, or you, aka the Harlem Legend, man. Loose Cannon said too much. It's all out there now. All the feds got to do is go question all these hip-hop stars and whoever he said. All they got to do is go back and get all the old footage from 21 Jump Street. That's what this come down to now. They indicted themselves. They didn't indict nobody else. All they got to do is go to 21 Jump Street and go get all the footage and play what's really going on with all these NBA players. And if one of them say they had pressure put on them, that's another charge. I believe a superseding indictment is coming. Facts. I believe a superseding indictment is coming when it comes to this Rolling 60s, Crip gang, extortion, murder. You heard? Yeah, when it comes to this case, it's coming. But y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you set your bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video. Salute.
Harlem Legend TV, salute to you, brother. Y'all go check and subscribe to Harlem Legend TV. If you want to know what's happening in Harlem, if you want to know what this real shit and people were doing in Harlem, y'all go watch Harlem TV. Please, y'all like, subscribe, and go to Harlem TV, like, and subscribe to that channel.